Hey, 1 second. Zuma Dogg streaming live coverage. They just canceled the council meeting for lack of a quorum after they gave away puppies and had their pony shows and they talked about themselves. Then when it was time for city business, the people that showed up, oh, we don't have a meeting today. We're out of time. So I didn't like that very much. But now here's the situation. This here Occupy LA. Now, the grass area, I believe, is a park, and if people want to gather, well, that's okay. At this point, it's more than just individuals. It's an organization, and that requires a special permit from the city, of which they have not applied for. The city has not asked them to, and the city hall is aware that this is requiring of a permit. So it's political. They don't want to get them upset or anything. But now the mayor's tried to have the city pass some legislation that will allow them to have control of this area. So beyond that, let's just say for now that no fees required. Look at this right here. They're setting up their speaker amp right there, okay, on the cement there. Now look at this safety issue. You got this thing, you got these loose cords, okay, you got that thing, it's not secure. Oh my gosh, they're tying it to the city post. Okay, is that, who knows, that's why you get permits for things. That's why you get permits, so that when you set up a speaker, you don't have the cords there like along the thing where this guy is, and like that thing's just sitting there not secure, and then you're tying it to the city hall thing. And so, hey, 1 second ago, and so now what's going to happen, they're going to have their microphones set up here with more speaker cords, and then they got their solar panels they're setting up, and there's that speaker there, and then they are blasting their sound to the whole park because they think that it's like a Woodstock festival that they have a permit for, or Lollapalooza.
So you're saying they should get a permit? Is that what you're saying?
They need a permit because if they want to be doing this stuff, you need a permit. But here's the thing. I came here yesterday to interview people, and I went back and played my footage. I couldn't hear my footage because the PA amps were blasting so loud to permeate the crowd because they think it's their own event for their own Woodstock crowd, that they're taking away the First Amendment rights of everybody else, because I'm not allowed to blast my amp that loud. There's municipal sound code that you must stick within, and you're allowed to express your First Amendment rights. You're allowed to express your First Amendment rights, but Metallica can't pull up in front of your house and do a show at 110 decibel levels. And I am here to say,
so you think these people?
And I agree with him. You're allowed to have your rights, but you can't infringe upon the rights of others.
So you think these people occupying LA right now, they think they're like in violation of other people's rights because
yes,
of the way they're doing
all night long. You
well,
can't sleep.
First of all, they need the city needs to make them get the permit because they're doing things like tying this stuff up to the post, and they're setting up, and this is all going to be blocked, and they got solar panels, okay, and then my main issue is going to be when I want to perform, they're going to be so loud I'm not going to be able to, and let's see what happens if I set my amp up. They're going to be all set up right here. Okay, let's see what happens when Zuma Dogg sets up his amp right here and wants to do the same thing. Let's see if Occupy sees that as free speech, everybody's right, or if they think they have entitlement rights here. And let's see if the city lets me.
Hey, Zuma, first of all, you got to find enough people that are sober and coherent and intelligent enough to appreciate it.
Yeah, here's something else interesting. This is my main point. Oh my gosh, I came here today to give public comment. Now forget the fact that they canceled it. So I come out here and I see all these people. Now, I went to about 4 years worth of city council meetings, every one of them, like today. Okay, so I see all these people. They're out here. They've got change they want. They're protesting. They've got demands. They want things to be different. And then I go inside. I figure, like, wow, this is going to be a nightmare. There's going to be like 1,000 Occupy LA people in the chambers waiting to talk. I'm going to have to wait an hour. And nobody was in there. So I came back out here, and I said, can I have a water? Thank you. So I'm actually really thirsty. So I came back in here, I came out here and go, excuse me, people, they're giving public comment inside. It goes out on TV. Everybody gets 2 minutes. Imagine if every one of us walked in there, 100 of us, each gave 2 minutes. Well, we would occupy the council meeting, and it goes out on TV, and you get your message exposed. Let's go in there now. One lady followed me. And then some other guy goes, hey, bro, I'll talk when I want to. It's like, dude, I didn't drag you in there. I'm just letting people know it's available. And it's like, oh, so I'm not very happy with the message of the people here. And I see. Go ahead.
So wait, you're not happy with the message?
No.
What do you think about it, like specifically?
Okay, specifically, there is nothing specifically with the message. It started off maybe about a specific need about, bankers or a fair share being given, more people giving into a system. First of all, By the way, I'm broke as hell. Okay, I don't have money. I mean, when I'm saying broke as hell, like, I mean, I don't have money. I don't eat every day. I don't want a billionaire or anybody to pay more into a system when that system is a bucket with Swiss cheese holes. So you have people pay more money in, but then the fraud, waste, abuse, corruption, either they're pilfering it or it's being wasted, and then none of it gets spent on what it's supposed to, and then they come back and raise your fees and taxes. So fix the system first by reducing waste, and then you can ask some people to pay more, and I'm sure that they wouldn't mind paying more. But so the point is, but now this message is like, I wanted to speak on the mic, like, now we're talking about ecology now. Oh, now we're talking about sustainable food growth. Now we're talking about getting this free stuff. You know, what is it about everything? This has just turned into a general everything, pound my fist, nothing specific. Then when I want to talk turkey, I'm here to say the problem, why we don't have jobs, a loss of services, and why everybody's in America, why we're pushing to the edge of bankruptcy, and with the job stimulus. Federal money was given to this city hall and all the city halls to provide services, okay? Whether it's the general municipal services, but then also for nonprofits for things like the housing and the homeless shelters and to help the community. And then what happens? Then what happens is they set up shield funds, the money they voted in, and then it gets funneled into their accounts, their relatives, and the FBI is investigating this stuff today. Council members are investigated by the FBI. Things like pensions, nonprofits, the housing, okay? It's a cahoots racket. This is a money laundering cahoots racket. Their goal is to be able to try to take over as many properties as they can and then put them into their $1 million condos. So the money's been provided. They do the best they can to pilfer it. Then the rest is wasted, okay? And then these people are here like, come on in and let's give your message. Hey, bro, I'll talk when I want to. Then this other guy's like, we're not that smart, you know. We'll go in there, empty your pockets. We might lose our pot. I mean, a guy literally said to me this morning, I go, let's go in there, you know, and I'm not saying pro or anti-pot, but like, oh my gosh, you're going to say like, let's go in there. No, I got to go to the metal detector. Not all of us are that smart. I might lose my pot. Okay, so then, you know, this is not a credible activist movement. So if you'd like to go to ladailyblog.com, I have blogged about all the angles of the fraud, waste, and abuse that brought the FBI here. So I'm here to say mainly the housing department. They have a thing they... Okay, I'll wait till you're done. Yeah. Can you guys keep walking with me now? Because my friends...
we have to wait for our people, but okay. I mean...
You got it pretty good.
Yeah, you've given us
anything else you'd like to add?
Actually, do you think that this movement's salvageable? Do you think that's something?
No, and I don't, and here's why. Because I don't feel that the people here, and if you look around, I'm sure you'll see. You know, the Grateful Dead isn't touring, and there's no parking lot to hang out in. You know, Venice Beach ain't what it used to be. They want a gathering, a social place. You know, I know that I see the people from Venice that used to be at Venice. Now I see some of them here, and they weren't politically active. I went to City Hall every day. They never went one time. You know, I'm guaranteeing you these people don't know a thing about anything political or anything that's going on of the people that I see from Venice that are here. Then here's another good one. You know, I'm well known in the city as an activist. I ran for mayor and I got like 10,000 votes. I came in 4th out of 10, so I meet a lot of people. So there's a friend of mine who's waiting for me right now, as a matter of fact. He had a friend come in from Minneapolis for Burning Man. Hey, Burning Man, let's come to that. So then after Burning Man, yeah, I like LA. I'm going to stay here for a little longer, a week or two. He gets his car towed. Before you know it, you got a guy from Minneapolis now homeless in LA after Burning Man. And now he's hanging out at Occupy LA. And I know this guy. All he knows about is where do I get the bud and what's the next reggae band and what DJ's going up next. Okay, so it's a bunch of people that want to have a spiritual vibe or whatever, and that's good. But the grass is dead at City Hall. I don't think the people even know their rights. And it's not about the protest. See, they're fighting for the rights to protest. What I'm saying is, I protest. The reason I came here is because I was performing and having my shirts at Venice Beach, and they said, you can't do that anymore. And I said, wait, United States, First Amendment, you're in violation of my rights. So I came here with a specific thing. Overturn your illegal ordinance that's violating my First Amendment rights. And I came one time, I thought that they would fix it because it was a mistake. Then I realized, oh, they did it on purpose. Came a second time, then it was a year, then it was 2 years, then 4 years. Then I sued them in court, and the illegal ordinance was overturned. It took a lot of hard work. And
what was the ordinance exactly?
It was Venice Beach Ordinance 4215 that, you know, you had to get a permit and pay money, and sign up for a space, and you couldn't amplify, and like I couldn't have my Zuma Dogg shirts that I made myself, all of these things. So that was all illegal. The judge said, well, gee, if you can set up an amplifier in front of anybody's house during the daytime, and why not on Venice Beach? Gee, First Amendment, you don't have to pay for the right. So these are all things, but these are things the city was trying to get away with, and they do it in every department. They try to get away with that in every department. So it's up to you. The only way to get anything done is to sue. But the only other possible way is to show up there every day, over and over, relentless, till they can't take it. And I'm one person, and imagine if all these people went in and did that. But as soon as I want to talk about the specific things that caused it, like you so interestingly listened to and wanted to hear, I mean, I admire you two so much. Congratulations, you passed the Willy Wonka golden ticket test, because you came up to Uncle MC Zuma Dogg and said, hey, can we talk to you about this stuff? And yeah, you're catching every word.
I mean, you like said exactly like what I've been thinking about, like the whole movement, like kind of like in your own words. So that's
good. Well, let me tell you then, it's after coming here for 5 years, running for mayor, I'm the voice of the people, being tutored and mentored by the people, insiders. It's like, yeah, I didn't just show up from Venice some